one-on-one conversation. 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comers with the it factor. It's the Jazzie KWard coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday, and welcome to season 6 of this show we simply call Artist Talk. I'm your host, Jazzie KWard, and I'm so excited to be back with you all after quite a long, really long anticipated break that I really needed. So I'm super excited to be back with you guys. If you come in, share the video, share the live. I see a lot of people logging on. So tonight we're streaming not just on Facebook, we're streaming on my YouTube channel, KWard Radio. We're on Soul TV. We're also on the Roku network. So again, thank you all for wherever you're watching from. I appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm super excited about our special guest tonight, the incomparable Miss Terri Green. I'm so excited to have a conversation with her, along with some special guests that's also gonna join us tonight. And of course, my dear friend from New York, Dr. G, who's here every Monday night with us. So what we can do now, while you go ahead and share the video in the comment section, make sure you let us know where you're watching from. Let's go ahead and kick off Artist Talk right now.
Live from WKRW, welcome to Artist Talk, a live one-on-one conversation with your host, the man with the golden voice, Jazzie KWard.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Thank you so much to my dear friend, my bestie, the Owner B, who does, my music. She's a poet, she's a lyricist, her and Mike Murray, also out of New Jersey. Thank you all so much. So hey everybody, welcome back to Artist Talk. I'm so good to see you. Hey Colleen, as always, it's so good to see you. So I'm gonna do something a little different. Can I bring Dr. G in? Typically, I don't bring Dr. G in to a little later in the show. Dr. G, what's up, my friend?
What's going on? I miss being here. What's going on?
I know. What have you been up to?
Well, I just had my first official fundraiser for Win-Win. What is now, what is next? We did very well. It was a high tea and hat event. I will post pictures. No, I did not take them. Y'all know I'm bad with that stuff. But
okay,
it will be up. And you can still donate, though. We take your money.
Well, hey, we're all about a donation. We're all about support.
Yeah, you got to support because, one of the things that we do, we really promote health literacy. And to avoid this disparity in healthcare, you got to be able to know what's going on with yourself and speak up for yourself. And if you can't, that's what we're here for, to help you out.
That's right. And if you don't support, and if you don't know Dr. G, just like you don't know our special guest tonight, shame on you. Shame on you if you don't know these people, right?
Hashtag shame on you. We'll take it.
Right. So, I always ask you this, Dr. G, but before I go into that, real quick, what else are you working on that's coming up?
I'm working on the second book for Nia the Germinator. Hopefully she'll be out any day now. You show your book, you advertise. If you don't have your copy, there's some still available. I'll hold on to some for you guys. We got you guys covered. We're working on that. We're working on just self-healing, self-reflection, self-care. You got to take care of yourself. You got to love on yourself because we never stop going. People, you know what's going to happen right now. The holidays coming. It's going to get away from you so fast. Take a moment to just breathe. And when you get tired, don't quit. Just rest.
That's right. That's some good advice. And that's exactly what I did. I said, Dr. G, I'm going to be off for, what did I say, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then that went to probably 2-3 months, right?
Well, let's keep it real. I was behind the back pushing you too. We can get a little bit more time out of this because life is life. And it just gets away so fast. And now we're in mid-October. Like, this is crazy.
It's crazy, right?
We're doing a Christmas special this year again? Look at
I plan to do the Christmas holiday special that we do. So I got to get on it, Dr. G.
Okay, you gotta get it together. All the way together.
All the way together. But again, Dr. G, it's good to be back. Hey, everybody, wherever you're watching from, welcome to season 6. Dr. G, we're going to see you a little later in the show, right?
Okay, I'm here for it all. You know me, I'm here for it all.
Okay. Have you heard of our special guest tonight, Terri Green?
Of course I did, because if not, shame on me.
That's right. Shame on you.
Oh, let's go. I know better than that. I know
That's
better
right.
than that. Trying to set me up for failure. No. I'm not falling for that. No, sir.
I would never do that. But Dr. G, always good to see you. We'll see you a little bit later.
Okay, no worries. I'll be here.
All right. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody, we're back on the show again tonight. I'm super excited about our special guest tonight, the one and only international recording artist, Terri Green, is with us tonight. And let's show a little clip right here, tell you a little bit more about our special guest.
Terri Green has been making music for over 3 decades. Known as the Queen of House under her alias, Terri B., Terri has created over 1,000 records and quite a few have been chart toppers. She's currently on a mission to keep the grown and sexy vibe of R&B music alive. And we're delighted to have the musical queen, Terri Green, as our guest tonight on Artist Talk with Jazzie KWard.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, like we say in the church, come on in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Terri Green.
You got me crying. Hi, Jazzie. How are you? Jazzie KWard. We finally came back together after a long talk and COVID and everything else. I'm so glad to be here.
I'm truly honored to be in your presence, to even have a conversation with you. So I want to tell you, I'm sure out of your busy schedule, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and have a conversation with me.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, it's been busy. I don't lie about. I'm on my way to Amsterdam in the morning with the Weather Girls. I actually host a party since 5 or 6 years for the Amsterdam dance event. I'm still very much involved because I put a lot of my career behind dance music, and I just don't have to do much for people to call me to do features. So with that said, we met because of jazz, smooth jazz, and the soul records that I'm doing, and I'm just blessed that I'm on your radar. So hey.
Let me tell you this before I get started, Terri. You have always been on my radar. It's just that me finding the time.
And I adore the people that you bring on there. I look up. You've kind of been one of the few places where independent soul artists of all different calibers, levels, people that I knew, I didn't know, I became familiar with. I actually went with Dynell, my best friend. We were in London a week ago, and we saw Beth with Kim, and I'm like, this is one of the people I love from Jazzie's show. So when you see her
Right.
say Terri Green is a huge fan, and Donnell as well.
Okay, I will definitely do that. So before we get started, so Terri, there's a segment on this show I do call The Real You. Just some questions that I think of, nothing, just something I think, so our audience can get to know Terri a little bit better, maybe outside of your music world, your
Okay,
professional career.
gotcha.
So my first question is, what were you like in high school?
I thought I was funny. I didn't like to engage in fighting and negativity. Always optimistic, good student, admirable child to my parents. Didn't get in much trouble. So pretty nerdy and boring, I would say. Hung out
Okay,
with everybody. I was already very diverse even at that time, and I loved all types of music. It almost annoyed other people. So I
really,
was just flip flopping all over the place.
I like that. Tell me something that you could do now that you couldn't do 5 years ago.
Sing R&B music in America.
Wow. And why is that?
I was just so engaged and so connected to the German music scene and earning my money there that had not yet took the risk. In
Wow.
2019, I took the risk and still not really envisioning having any indie number ones or anything. I was like, it's time, better now than never. So
Right.
I'm just happy that it was well received. Could have went another
Right.
way. So yeah,
Right.
that's something that I always wanted to do from day one. Growing up in a Black American family, traveling the world with my parents, music was my savior. I went to 9 schools in 12 years before I was out of high school. So music was what I hunkered down, and it was kind of my best friend,
Wow.
writing songs. And I was a writer first for a lot of people before I really started so much the vocalist focus. And yeah, just got into so many recordings and so many studios later. It's a
Mhm.
blessing to sit here. I'm just being grown and sexy, man. That's all I'm doing. I do it with the Germans. I trans and you see the red line. It's so connected that people want the same music. Germans love
Right.
the same things that people in DC love. It's just we don't think about it that way. Yeah.
No, think about that. I like that. Let me ask you, what my last and final question is, what do you wish you had an endless supply of?
Money.
And so what would you do with all that money?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
use it only for myself. So since my first record, I always promoted, mentored, managed, coexisted, coerced people to do well. So I would also invest in growing my own project, but I would also invest in other independent artists. I love A&Ring projects. I've been really successful guiding people from the background. So I would invest in other artists and artists that are not typically getting a budget.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's all about support, all about support. And I'm
Yes.
sure this is, and we'll talk a little bit, this is, I'm sure, music business. It's a tough industry, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah.
And you have,
Yes.
so we're going to talk about that again. Don't forget to go over to terrigreenmusic.com. That's the website. It'll be streaming here at the bottom of the page. And so that's just my segment of The Real You. That wasn't too bad, was
No, that was. I mean, you tricked me with all that. You scared me to death, but I made it through.
it? You made it through like you
Made
always
it
do.
through. Yeah, we tried. Yeah.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, I see people come in the room. If you have questions or comments, please post those there. I promise you we will do our
Mm.
best to answer those. But in the meantime, don't forget to go over to the website, download some music, share the website, and support these amazing artists, okay?
Yeah.
So Terri, my first question is this, we thought about this 3 or 4 years ago now about the pandemic, right? So what was life like for you during the pandemic and after the pandemic?
The pandemic for me was, I'm going to be honest, I was so tired by the time it came that I rested for a month or two. I was good not doing much. I was really almost at my wits' end with production and touring because I'm involved in so many different genres and things like that. And then I got a call from a German cruise company, and the only cruise ship that invited any artist. They didn't have the additional artists. Was a German ship called TUI, Mein Schiff, which is a carnival ship. Was the only ship that ran in the world. No other cruise ship. And myself and Torsten Aberlot, my partner, we were the first artists in the world to come back to work. And so we did this with 50 people in the audience spread out. And I worked the entire pandemic. So I was really lucky. I knew it was lucky. And when I have a job or an opportunity, I brought other singers. I actually brought the Weather Girls on. I actually try to bring, other people to earn some cash. Everything was really reduced and people weren't earning money. So I thought, I don't want to have something just benefit me because there's no competition. It's kind of like when I feel like you can share the love, you just share it and you can't be worried about, whether it's going to be only about yourself. So that worked out well. And I've been always a guest artist for them for more than 10 years.
Wow.
I speak German. I speak Spanish pretty good. So I've kind of navigated myself around the planet.
Okay. I'm going to put you on the spot there. Can you say something in German for us and then interpret us what you're saying?
So, hallo alle, ich bin Terri Green aus Washington, D.C. und ich sitze hier neben die Weather Girls, meine beste Freundin. Sie wohnen auch in Deutschland und ich wünsche dir alle eine große, schöne Wochenende und eine große, schöne Montag.
Wow.
That means, hey, everybody, this is Terri Green out of D.C. I'm sitting here with my best friend, and I wish you all a very wonderful Monday.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank you, Terri. So Terri, when we talk about music, soul, women, especially in this business, why should people care about soul music and especially women of color in soul music?
First of all, I think that women historically in a male-dominated business have always had to strive a little harder, fight a little harder, nudge a little harder. If you were lucky like I did to have a father that says women should be presidents, women should lead, then you have a lot of you need positive feedback also from men and people to respect your craft and what you do. I think when you co-mingle that with the business of soul music and the artistry of soul music, you need everyone to be on board. And soul music is the mother of so much of the R&B that we hear today. So you can't dismiss its value and that it should have a certain quality. What I love in the independent soul world is that people are maintaining that quality, whether it's Larry Bragg from Tower Power or the Weather Girls still running around the planet, or you have people like Shantae Moore or Stephanie Mills, who sounds like she did when I was singing Night Games back in the 80s. She looks better than ever. Frida Payne's still out there. There's just so many of them. Melissa Morgan looks amazing. They're active. And so when you see the women who've survived the usual business and now they're full of power, that's because of the talent level and the way they were brought into the business, meaning you have to sing, you have to know your notes, you have to try your best to be a professional artist, presenting to people and not just singing at people. Now I know artists that I work with, I write for a lot of young TikTok stars and people like this, and they go, why do I have to do it, Terri? They're going to fix it. And that makes me so annoyed. And yet they have this power and they want to tell me about their vision. And so soul music is the mother of the birth of so much of what is surviving today.
That's true. That's so true. So when I think about when I first heard your voice, right? And I'm not one to try to compare. I know there's similarities when you hear people's voice, and it's like, I mean, Terri Green, all in a lane by herself, right? And so I know you've had the comparisons. I think I read something on your site about comparisons to Barry White.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit.
I did not like that comparison in Germany when they started that because I was like, all I ever wanted to be was a girl. I'm telling you, look at me. I'm a girl. Look at all this wigs and hair and everything. And they were just like, yeah, but you got a low voice. I literally hated my voice at 16. And my baby sister came to me and she said, can you please stop trying to sing like Stephanie Mills and Denise Williams? That's never going to happen. My version of Silly was horrible. So then I said, okay, I'm going to sing the way I talk. And I found Phyllis Hyman to be a gentle place to fall and to copy. Anita Baker at times, I mean, she has a couple of more octave, but those were warm timbres that kind of gave me a place. I love Peabo Bryson, though. I mean, he was one of the artists that I really followed as a young kid, saying I could find my way with vocal stylings. And I'm sure something in my voice today is a part of Barry White, is a part of Gladys Knight, is a part of Phyllis Hyman. I mean, I've just always had that thirst to have that sound.
Well, you know what? I think that what makes you so uniquely you, right? That it's different. So you won't have that same sound like someone else. And again, it's comparison. If you hear people like Misha Paris, or you hear Live, or you hear Tony Braxton.
Love Misha. And I think it came to finally I realized if you don't have a unique sound, if you don't have a unique voice or unique way to play your saxophone like Gerald Albright, or if you don't have your unique stick, you were never going to be that unique artist. Mariah, you never have to ask if it's her. You never have to ask if it's Whitney. You never have to ask if it's the Weather Girls. You never have to ask if it's Stephanie Mills. I realized that this weird sounding very much sometimes like a dude when people hear me on the phone, but my singing voice is quite different. So it's wider, it's wispier, has more whisper. And I learned how to manage that for records, how to make it, work. But people like Coco Jones right now, and some Money Long, I adore them. And so I don't only get stuck in what was then, and I know good when I hear good. So I think that there's still some young artists that are killing it. So just want to throw that in there.
Okay. Hey, okay. So everybody that's tuning in on the live tonight, our special guest is international recording artist, Miss Terri Green, aka Miss Terri B. I see a lot of people. We got some special surprise guests that are hanging out also that they're gonna pop in on the show, y'all. I see people got Dr. G here tonight, Colleen, Rose Lady Edmonds, Ultimate Entertainment, all these girls. My great friend, Mr. James Day. If you don't know James Day, he's an amazing producer, extraordinary guy. Mm-hmm. So again, if you have questions and comments for our guest, make sure you put them there. But before we go, Terri, I want us to talk about some exciting news that you shared with me yesterday about Close the Door, right? Was selected for the first round.
Yeah, we made the first round for the Grammy considerations for Close the Door with my partner, Jay Treese. A year ago, this happened to me back in the 90s. I had a billboard. I was not in the music business. And I took the billboard on the kitchen table in Germany, and I struck through the top of the and I wrote Terri. And everybody looked at it, was like, whatever. 1 year later, 1 to 3 years later, I had 3 number ones in Billboard. I could never imagine. 1 year ago, I did the same thing. I was at a party. I said, I'm going to get me a Grammy. And they were like, oh, no. And then a year later, I mean, it's not the win, but it's pretty much in the process. So I just feel like I never care what people are saying. I never care if they say, you're too old, you're too this, you're too that. You just keep it moving. Because every time you find a level of success or you reach a goal, let's call it goals, because I'm never satisfied with whatever. But people come along and then they're all like supportive. When I first started, they were like, she can't sing. I was out of tune half the time. And I was just learning to sing from ear. And then 20 years later, they're all calling, oh, Terri, can you be on my party? Oh, Terri, can you do the gig? And I mean, I became a studio, regular. So I learned my craft. And I just think that don't worry what people are saying. If you're 50 something and want to start a music career, just go do it. We don't care if we're signed to EMI or whatever.
Right.
We just want to do good records that make me, that's my goal right now, to do the records that I love.
Right. I love that. And especially this song, I want to talk about that before we bring our guests on, right? So when I heard this close the door, I was like, shut the front door, shut the back door, open up all the windows. Like, who like, and then shame on me because my first time hearing of Jay Treese, I'm sorry, my brother, but I was like, who is this guy? Like, where has he been? I listen to music so much, and when I heard that song, like, how did you decide to choose that song you wanted to close?
I didn't want to do the song. And when he said it to me, Teddy Pendergrass is someone who I copied my whole life. Again, men, thank you, Colleen. Men were the ones I was using as my guidance, my guides. So Teddy Pendergrass, I can sing every Teddy Pendergrass song, but I felt it's Teddy for a record. If you're not going to be better, like I couldn't imagine the production. So as a producer, I was really nervous about how we're going to do it. And then one night I sat in a studio in Germany, and my mixer was there from Australia. And I said, yo, Jay mentioned doing this Close the Door, but why don't we do it more like Disclosure? Disclosure from the UK with some pump and zoom. And then he started playing it. Toddy started playing it. And that was kind of the birth. But Jay Treese, that was all his thing. I really didn't want to do that record.
Okay.
Just because I love Teddy too much.
Yeah. Well, how about we just bring my brother Jay Treese on the show? How about that? Do you think we can bring him on?
I mean, I'm sure he's ready to come on board. Yes.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, see there he goes right there. And Jay Treese, you are on mute, my brother.
And I did it again. How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to Artist Talk.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you. And if you could, real quick for us, Jay Treese, introduce the world to us and tell us how your connection started with your musical career started, and how did you connect with Miss Terri Green?
Well, my name is Jay Treese. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer out of Maryland. My music career, or me in music, started when I was probably like 9 years old. I played saxophone all the way through elementary, middle school, and high school. Sang in different bands and groups and stuff like that. I ended up I was in the military, went overseas, was in Germany, did stuff with some Germans while I was there musically. Came back to the States, sang in groups and stuff, and I was with a group called Mirror Mirror, and we put out a song called Up and Down, which did pretty well, but the record label folded on us, so it didn't go as far as we thought it was going to go. Now fast forward to me meeting Terri. I put out a single called Tonight, just to be doing it. I actually did it for a buddy of mine named Jazzie. I did the music for him. The lyrics were his. And I told him, I said, here's your song. And he said, man, you need to put this out. I'm like, nah. I said, you go ahead and put it out. He kept telling me, no, you need to put it out. And then I thought about it. I had never done anything as a solo artist. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and put it out and see what happens. And I put it out. And next thing I know, it just started going. And I had people from radio overseas contacted me, asking me, did I have any more music? So I did another song. And then next thing I know, they were asking for more and more. So it just started coming. I started putting more music out. So the guys that were asked from the radio that was asking me for music, they contacted me one day. They said, hey, Joel, we got Terri B on the phone. And I didn't know who she was. I'm like, okay. And they kept calling me. And it was late at night, their time. So finally I answered the phone, and we started talking. And what it was, they knew that she was in Germany. I used to live in Germany. I'm live in Maryland. She used to be from Maryland. So they're like, y'all got a lot in common. So we started talking, come to find out a lot of the artists that I knew from Germany, she knew. So we knew a lot of the same people, and we exchanged information. And I called her a couple times, and she kept blowing me off. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone. At least that's what it seemed like. But come to find out, she was on a cruise ship and stuff, so she couldn't answer me. So finally, she did answer, and we started talking. And then she came back to the States, and we finally got to meet. And we met and we started talking music and stuff like that. And we realized that we had a lot in common. We started clicking, and it just went from there. And then that's when I threw closed the door at her, and she looked at me like I was crazy. And I kept telling her, no, I'm telling you, this will work. I said, I always wanted to do it. And I said, I want to do it as a duet. I said, I know people probably have done this song, but no one has done it as a duet. I said, we'll cut it in half. I said, you sing this part, I'll sing this part. I'm telling you, it'll work. And they did what they did, and here we are.
Wow. I mean, absolutely brilliant. My brother, when I heard this, because I love Teddy Pendergrass. Who doesn't love Teddy Pendergrass? And when I realized at WVAS, I have a single I've been playing for you, Jay Therese, at the radio station at 90.7 Alabama State University station.
Okay.
I said, Jay Therese, okay. Then I went back. I said, I know the name. And then I went to Terri, and then I said, wait a minute. This is the same guy on Close the Door with him and Terri. And I was wondering, like, wow, like, how can I connect with him some kind of way? And, I knew Terri, and then we were talking about this song. So I always wondered, like, how did you all put that? Were you all in the studio together, Terri, when you all did this?
Well, when she came back to the States, she'd already had the music, and she sent me the music. When she came to the States, we did a rough mix at my house. I have a pre-production studio at my house. We did a rough mix here, and then we took that rough mix and we went over to a buddy of mine that does all my mixing. And I sang my part over there because she'd already sung her part in Germany. And then we put it together. She took it back to Germany, and that's where it went.
Wow. I think somehow Terri has frozen. Terri has frozen. I think she's frozen.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like. So maybe she'll pop back on the show. So what we can do now, Jay Therese, if you can hang around a little bit until she pops in, we're going to do a segment with Dr. G with our mind, body, and soul, and we're going to have a little bit more conversation with Joel, also in Terri Green, right here on Artist Talk.
It's time for Health and Wellness Check-In with Dr. Chantel Graham. Tips for the mind, body, and soul.
Is it the weather?
I was going to be part of the trio. No, they don't need me. Oh.
We always need you, Dr. G.
Listen, I was going, but I don't want to ruin. I don't want to spoil for nobody. I'm gonna let them have that. Next time they need me, I'm be ready. Be ready. So Jazzie, you love to put people on the spot with your questions that you ask them. So now it's your turn. So we're gonna do a little drum roll. And since I had my event and it was a fundraiser and it was a tea, we're gonna have a little quiz about different teas. So I'm gonna give you a couple of choices. I'm only gonna run down 5, and let's see how well you do. So let's go with the first tea. This tea reduces the risk of cancer and heart disease and promotes weight loss. Now I'm gonna give you 3 options. I'm gonna give you 3 options. Let's say green tea, black tea, or white tea.
I am going to say the white tea.
And wrong. Green tea. Green tea. Listen, you got to learn about the teas, man, because everybody loves coffee and that natural caffeine. They want that kick in the morning. Remember, teas can do the same thing, and teas have a little bit more benefits than coffee. So the first one was almost, remember, green tea is going to reduce the risk of cancer. It's going to help with heart disease, and it's going to promote weight loss. And I need a little bit of extra green tea, so I'm going to grab me a couple of boxes. People don't realize, too, that green tea is naturally caffeinated. So if you want decaf, you got to look for green tea that's decaffeinated. Right. Let's try another one. This tea.
And I knew to be honest with you, Dr. G, I knew it was green tea.
Okay. So you should.
I just didn't say it because I said, when I say green tea, it's going to be a different tea. But, your mama always say, go with your first mind.
Go with your first thought. Let's go to the next one. This tea boosts your metabolism and improves mental alertness. Now, I need to drink extra this. Now I don't need Chef D telling me anything smart, but I need to drink extra this. So the options is going to be black tea, oolong tea, or white tea.
Oh,
remember, boosts metabolisms, and improves mental alertness.
I'm gonna say the umlaut tea.
That's right. Ding, ding, ding. You get one. Okay. All right. All right. You're 50 go right now. Yeah. This tea is going to help reduce bloating, reduce headaches and stress and tension, and it boosts the immune system. That could be hibiscus tea. It could be peach tea, or it could be chamomile.
Give me the options again. I'm peach tea, chamomile, and
Hibiscus.
hibiscus. I'm gonna say hibiscus.
Wrong. Chamomile. People think chamomile and they think about sleepy time and relaxation. But the reason why you can relax with chamomile tea is because it helps reduces headaches and tension and stress. So it does help you relax to sleep better. But the answer is chamomile.
There's a
Hennessy tea. Well, you know what? That's going to help everybody do everything. Hennessy tea. Don't do that one. This next tea is going to improve cardiovascular health, and it regulates blood sugar. Now, remember, anything that regulates blood sugar is going to help with weight loss. Okay? That can be white tea. That can be jasmine tea. Or it could be black tea. Remember, improves cardiovascular health and regulates blood sugar. And you know, we love when the sugar is regulated because that helps you with weight loss, that helps with belly fat, and all that other good stuff.
the black tea.
Yes. Okay, you got another one there. And don't be trying to Google it behind the scenes. So I gotta watch y'all. Y'all be y'all chill a bit. Okay. So
You know.
and here's a good one. Here's a good one. It's gonna be the last one. I'm gonna give you this last one. This one is going to help. So which one I want to think about? Prevent hypertension. It helps with respiratory diseases, and it also lowers blood pressure. Okay. That could be matcha tea, jasmine tea, or hibiscus tea.
Ooh.
Remember,
I'm gonna go with hibiscus tea.
you are correct. Hibiscus tea. You did good, Jazz. You did good. You did good. You did good. So we got to realize a lot of times we want to get healthy and we go on all these journeys and you want to do all this detox tea and do all this crazy stuff. We got to just remember to take it back a little bit. Start simple. Just get some regular tea, because a lot of those detox teas is just a combination of all the good teas. And sometimes that detox tea just sends a shock to your system, makes you go to the bathroom, but it doesn't help you once you stop drinking it. So drink good tea over time, get some good health, take care of yourself. Take a little teapot, have a little tea, take a nice little bath or a nice hot shower, and enjoy some tea time. Not spilling tea. Not spilling tea. Drink. We love to spill a good little tea. Well, Jada's spilling more tea right now about Will. I'm over this right now. It ain't been 2 days and I'm sick of it already. Leave that man alone.
I know,
But
right?
drink you some nice good tea. And remember, you can drink it hot or iced.
Oh wow, I love it.
Okay.
Well, Dr. G, it's so good to see you back. But also tell us about what else has been going on. Tell us how we can.
That nice little book, Nia, the Gem. You show Nia. So we're working on the second edition, and we're hoping that it will be out any day now, as well as the Spanish edition of both versions. It's going to be good. So, se habla español. And I do speak a little German. You ready for it?
What?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? Hello? What's up?
It's just yes. Yeah. That's just what they say all the time when they agree with you. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I know.
That's all you got. Well, Dr. G, let people know how they can find you.
You can find me on social media at Dr. Sharney 0730. Go to my website, theapplife.info, or email me and put up there, Chef D. You better be on it. Dr. Graham at theapplife.info.
Well, I love it. Can you stick around for the rest of your show?
And for those who are going to email me, I need 2 forms of ID and insurance card, please, first. Time's getting hard around here. No, I'm just playing. I will be here for it all. I'm here for it all.
Okay. Well, we thank you so much. So we're still trying to get Miss Terri Green back on the phone, and we'll just go back and we'll have a little bit more conversation with Mr. Joel. Mr. J. Treese is also, he's hanging out in the back too.
I'm going to be a part of the trio. I got my mic. I'm ready.
And hey, in the OR,
now you
Terri
know,
Green, and we need J. Treese.
On the regular, and you know who doesn't love Terri and the Weather Girls? Come on, listen, that gets us up and going. So we want to rush you out the OR. We play that upbeat stuff to wake you up a little bit faster, to get you moving a little bit quicker. We
That's
love
right.
it.
We love it. Thank you so much, Dr. D.
Take care, guys.
Okay. Bye-bye. I see Terry trying to pop back in the room, but Joel, so we have our special guest tonight, of course, the one and only Terri Green, and we also have Mr. Jay Treese. And Jay Treese, I think you're still on mute.
I didn't say anything, but
I appreciate it, my brother. So,
yeah.
and tell us about, so close the door. I'm just gonna put you on the spot a little bit. I don't know if you're gonna do it or not, but can you sing or say just a little part of your verse when you come in?
Close the door. No need to worry no more. Baby, I got so much love to give, and I want to give it all to you. And actually, I messed up the verse, but that's it.
I couldn't tell. If you hadn't said anything, I would have never known at all. But when your music career started, did you grow up in a family of
musicians? Yeah. My family, I typically don't talk about it that much. Terry brings it up all the time. Jermaine Dupree is my cousin. His grandmother and my grandmother are sisters.
Wow.
So, and then his father played drums. His father was also he was a road manager for the group back in the 70s, Brick. He also did some stuff for Luther and Anita Baker. My mother, would sing around the house. My sister also sings. So yeah, it's pretty good music family.
Good. And let people know, Joel, how can we support your music and where can we find you on social media too?
Social media, I'm on Facebook as Joel Treese, JOELTREECE. If you're looking for my music, I go by Jay Treese, which is all one word, JTREECE. And so on all digital platforms, Spotify, wherever you get your music, it's there. You can also find me at Jay Treese at Bandcamp as well.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a question, Joel, and when we talk about music, music is so universal, so therapeutic. What would the world be without music?
Oh, we're in a bad spot as it is. Without music, it'd be even worse because music helps and brings people together. If you go to any concert, and you'll see people from all walks of life at certain concerts. The biggest person I can think of two people, and they're no longer with us, is Michael Jackson and Prince. If you went to one of their concerts, you've seen every walk of life at their concerts. So, and everybody comes together and forgets about their worries and not liking this person, that person, and just there enjoying the moment. So I think we'd be in a bad spot without music.
Right, that's true. I do.
Just like I have a saying, I have my own label, which is Treetop Entertainment, and the saying of my label is music is life, life is music.
Like, oh, I love that. That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
And I also have Jay Treese's information posted in the chat, Bandcamp, and the link. Is that the best place to find your music too, on your Bandcamp?
Yeah, you can find, I think it's only maybe a couple songs that's not on there, but pretty much everything is there.
Okay. So what we're going to do, Joe, we're going to bring Terri. She's back on the line. So we're going to pop Terri back in with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Terri Green.
Hey there. Welcome back. Hello. Sorry I missed you. Not exactly sure what happened, but I'm on a stable internet line, but stuff happens. I'm glad I'm
technology. It happens. No worry. No worry. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned into the live, we have recording artist Jay Treese with us and the incomparable Miss Terri Green. And we were talking about the song Close the Door. And I think before we left out, you said you really didn't want to do the song too?
No, it's Teddy Pendergrass. Like, you don't do Teddy. I just watched the Teddy special. Teddy Pendergrass was so unique. He had every quality that an artist should have in order to be an amazing artist. And I just didn't think anybody needs to do it. Nobody, no one. So
Right.
when he came to me, I was like, no.
Right. I love it. So Terri, I put Jay Truce on the spot a little bit, and he did a little bit of Close the Door. So I'm gonna ask you, can you do a little bit of Close the Door?
Yeah, I think I started the song. Close the door. Let me give you what you've been waiting for. Baby, I got so much love to give. I want to give it all to you. Yeah.
Close the door. No need to worry no more. Let's bring this day to a pleasant end. Girl, it's me and you now.
I've waited all day long
All day long.
just to hold you in my arms. And it's exactly how I thought it would be. Then we just start screaming. Yeah, we sung it last night in DC. It was great.
Okay. I was going to say, when y'all recorded that song, like, did you do it in one take, two takes? Was it just
so
a day it was finished?
I think I recorded Close the Door originally in Baltimore. I had my German producer. We work in Hamburg outside, and he sent over the first rough tracks because I needed the strings and all the hits. And Jay kind of trusted us to deliver the idea, and he loved it. And so we went in and I sung it with him in Baltimore and watched it. Actually, in the same studio where Teddy Douglas does his recordings, Crystal Waters, Basement Boys, and it was amazing. And then we came back to Germany and then, finalized things over the time. It was really pretty easy with Joe.
Okay, that's good. I love that.
I mean, I do a lot of cross recording. Yeah.
Okay. So, Terri, I know you worked with you talk about the Weather Girls, Jay Randy Hall, Mark Staggers, and I think about some of your other music, like my other song I love, Caught Up. You got Dance Tonight, A Breath Away, Night to Remember, What a Feeling, A Soul Dedication, and Blind Heart. Is it over 65 million streams on Spotify?
Yeah. So I was connected to Avicii, the Wake Me Up When It's All, and I do a lot of records like that, which people under Terri B. And when Avicii wanted to get into the music business on a higher level, he called Roger Sanchez, who people know is a famous American DJ from Puerto Rican, Dominican descent. And we did we had a record, and Avicii wanted to remix it, and we were like, I don't know who you are, but okay, whatever. And he remixed it, and I think a year later, he was so famous that you would never get him on a record. So it was really crazy. But we were friends, so when he wanted to do another project, I worked for his label. They only had a few acts. I actually recorded Blind Heart, and Taylor Swift's guitarist, Mike Meadows, he jumped on the guitar, and I just have a lot of country contacts. Steve Dorff, who the father of the actor, is my best friend. He also played some keys, and we just, did this record with Avicii's cousin. And so Spotify was just starting to boom then, so I didn't know how you get 65 million streams, but we got them. And then I went to, it was just it was a Billboard. In fact, in 2015, I was the first artist to have more than one number one at the same time. And they were like, yo, you can't have all these number ones. We're going to have to spread that out a little bit. So I went to Miami and performed the record. And then people said, okay, now we know she's going to be able to survive the now dance music, which is really different than traditional house music. So, and just people have always supported me, and I stayed friends with people 30 years. And so you just keep it going. There's no, you just treat everybody well and you're going to be all right.
Right. I love that. And I think that's something very important you said, treat people right. That goes a long way. I'm sure in this business, making connections, meeting the right people, having the right people in your corner, right?
Amen. And not losing them. There's no one who I work with in the 90s who I can't work with today. And I don't know if everybody can say that. I mean, I had labels and publishers. I've left companies, come back to companies, and all the relationships I've been able to say, I think it's time I leave. And they're like, okay, Terry, but the door is open. That's a skill that a lot of artists downplay. I think relationships, you and I are friends, we've become friends over the internet and over music. There's nothing, no level of music, no amount of money that would stop me from being here at the Jazzie Hour, Jazzie's artists, we artists spotlight, where you have supported us when we were trying to get on, when we were trying to get people to hear us. Because when I met you, nobody knew me. I just had my first number one or number in the Europe, but in America it was like fresh meat. So I just appreciate people putting effort, energy to my work.
Yeah, because when I tell you, y'all, if y'all hadn't heard that song, I mean all her songs, but Caught Up's
my record though. We did the go-go mix last night. It was fun.
But yeah, tell us about the show.
John Lampkin, who wrote for Najee and also plays with like Mickey Howard and all these people. He jumped on and I called him and I said, listen, we did a show, did City Winery DC. Can you possibly I want to do a go-go mix. He said, no, I don't think you should do that. Then I called Lenny Harris, who Blackbirds, Mickey Howard, Shantae Moore, playing saxophone. Said, Lenny, I want to do a go-go version. Nope, not a good idea. Nobody in DC want to hear that. So I went behind all their backs and did it anyway. And then John actually on his own went and did the percussion and drums and sent it back. And Raheem's producer mixed it. Jamil Face Johnson sent it back and it was fire. I'm definitely going to send you that early. It is a great record. People stood up last night and they were, I don't think it'll be a DC record. I think everybody will like it. But the interesting thing is Jay Treese said to me, I got an idea for you. You should do this record as go-go. And that was
what happened was she wanted me to do an R&B mix of it. And I did it, and she listened to it. She's like, oh, it's okay. And then I said, wait a minute, let me do something. And I did a go-go mix of it and sent it to her. And then they ran with it, and there we are right now.
Yeah.
So it turned out good.
He reignited that fire. So I was like,
wow.
But we're gonna come with a full album, put all this stuff next year on an album, because we just got picked up to play the biggest soul festival in Europe. So with an orchestra. So I'm definitely gonna put all the music together for the spring and finally bring out Worth It and Caught Up the way they should be brought out. And I'm just excited to do this soul music. It's just so nice.
I'm really, it's so, tell us about the festival. I know you're leaving, going out of the country tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm on my way. Did I do my check-in yet? I don't know. But I'm flying to Amsterdam. I actually host as Terri B a big party every year in Amsterdam. It keeps getting bigger and bigger. That's why I can't leave that industry. They just keep bugging me. But it's a party that celebrates like LGBTQ community. I've always supported, and people, women of color, young up and coming DJs who are just starting their career. It's really a diverse crowd. And we will be there with the Weather Girls, Eric Red, and Carrillo Music. And it's called House My Disco. So it's all it's that all night long. R-E-S-E. Yeah, it's all that.
Can I go with you?
Huh?
Can I go with y'all? Can I go to Amsterdam?
You can always go. Let me put you in my suitcase. Hold on, let me grab it.
Okay. I don't know if I quite fit in there.
You can fit in there better than me.
So
yes, that'll be great.
Okay. Tell us about the Weather Girls. People,
my best friend in the whole world. So back in 2004, I did a TV show. Well, let's go back 2003. I was in a studio writing for other people, and we had all this stuff on the table. It was like chicken, greens, cornbread, and Hamburg doesn't have food like that. So when I walked in, because they normally served me like the carbonara or something, I said, who's coming today? And they said, the girls. I said, what girls? Like 20-year-old girls, teenage girl, who coming? No, the American Weather Girls. I said, really? Because I think it's like a fake group, Then walks in Izora and her daughter. deep Rhodes. And I was like, oh, it's the real ones. Because Martha had left the band. Everybody knows that. So when they came in, they were all made up and they were dragging in. And then they went straight to the table with jackets on, singing something, eating something, whole room on fire. I said, I like these women. These are my girls. Then fast forward a year, I was hired to do vocal coaching for a big TV show with Hathaway, Chris Norman, all these famous people. I didn't coach anybody. Let me just put that out there. I just went around and made my money and stood in the back because I knew they were already great vocalists. And the Weather Girls were there. And Mama and me were so close. We became super, super close. And she eventually passed away at the end of that year. So that's the very last recording she did. But Dee and I became best friends. And we traveled the world together, vacationing, like we're sisters. And I thought that'd be cute to she's always with me. So that's how the relationship. And I've written a #1 song for her. They have a great record called Stand Up, produced by Rob Hart and Said Soul in Germany. And they're just phenomenal. I mean, I did a show in Baltimore yesterday. When they sung that Raining Men, the whole place just, it is all that. Because she's her mother now, man. She started singing. They had the original backing singer come in, and just one of them, and backing singers who sung for Diana Ross, Alita Adams, they popped in and started singing. Do you know what it's like to have Caught Up sung by these cats? Arif Vega was there, brilliant singer, and he had Jonathan Royal from New York, New Jersey, and then there was also a Broadway listed singer actress named Robin, who came. What was Robin's last name? I forgot Robin's last name right now, but she's fabulous. And they came in and just tore up every Terri Green song, all the Weather Girls songs, and we were sitting there like out of body experience. I was just blown away because to think Diana Ross and myself had something to say, that's crazy.
That's it. I meant that you Caught Up. Did you write Caught Up?
I wrote almost everything that's original. Yeah, I wrote Caught Up, Sneaking Out, Giving It Up, all these. I was a writer first, and I learned very early from like Steve Doris has 20 Emmys, and when I was in the studio in Poland with Steve, he said you have to make a hook that people going to want to hear forever. So when I wrote Giving It Up, Giving It Up, Giving It Up for Love, Giving It Up, you used to play that on your show too. I knew that when German people knew it, after not even hearing it one time, I was into something. So every record, so caught up in the thought of you, caught up in the things you do, caught up in your love, and I, can't deny it. You have to have that in a record.
That's true.
And that's what I try to make sure happens.
I love that. And I know, I don't know if she's able to come in. Is Dee able to?
Well, let me slide on over.
Is Dee?
Oh, I'm here.
Hello, Dee.
How are you?
I'm good. It's so good
Baby
to see you.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Really, I'm so happy to be in Maryland, Columbia, in the States, period. Because a lot of people don't know that I am the Weather Girls now. I am the group, own the brand name and everything. And I'm over in Europe making hits. And like I say, you don't have to come back to the United States to be big. I can just stay over there, but I want to come back home.
That's right. That's right. And I want to say we love you. I love I'm just honored to be in your presence, Dee.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for the legacy, the music that you give us, because in this day and time, I was sharing with Jay Treese too, is that what would we do without music? What would this world be?
It would be up.
Right.
It would be so up. I mean, like I can't even imagine living without music. It's an everyday. I mean, it's our lives,
Right.
Yeah.
I know. So what do you think has been the longevity to your career up in this business for so long?
Because we sing positive, inspirational, inspiring music, and I think that the world really needs that.
Right.
It's the long lasting music forever.
Right.
As long as you singing about something positive, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Optimistic.
Optimistic. Just great music.
Well, then tell them why you like Worth It so much.
Oh God, that's my favorite song. I love Worth. I told him once it comes out, believe me, that's a hit.
That's it. Well, would you send it to me? Would you send it to me?
Oh, girl.
I sent it to me.
Oh, she said she sent it to you already. Okay, but that's it. We're talking about Terri song. Worth It. Right. Oh my God, I love that song. I love that song.
Yeah. I would love, and I know Terri said she had a little surprise. Can y'all sing something for me together by yourself?
I'll try to get wait. Hold on, we doing something.
We're gonna maneuver here, right?
Yeah. Hold on, this is like ghetto.
Right. Okay, big girls, You can stay there. Wait, no, let me move over this way.
So here we go. Just pop our heads.
Right? Okay, just a head.
Okay. Y'all need me to sing background?
No, we do not. So this is a true story. We were in Stockholm, and she needed someone to jump in for the Weather Girls, and I was like, "Ooh, do I get paid?" And she's like, "Yes." So I went, and then she said, "We're gonna do all these songs." But the thing about Dee, she's like a wind-up doll, like those stage kids from 5 years old. They've been singing. She turns into another person and leaves you behind when the lights come on. So I went out there and we didn't even do a sound check because she said, "You don't need one. It's going to be fine." All of a sudden, this girl went on the stage. I came out. My mind went blank. And I looked at Dee.
She lost her mind. She's like,
I said, "Yo, Dee,
what I do?
How many people are in this audience that are screaming? And this is so loud. I don't hear anything."
Yeah.
So I started, the music began, and I said, ooh, ooh, damn, I don't know what's going on. Don't leave me this way.
I can't survive.
Ooh, I can't survive.
I can't stay alive.
Oh, I can't stay alive without your love.
Don't leave me this way. Oh, baby.
Baby, my heart is full of love and desire for you. So come on now and
gotta do.
You started this fire down
in my soul.
So can't you see it's burning out of control? She basically told me every lyric for the whole verses because I couldn't remember that.
No, it's because I'm so used to singing these songs that the German people love to hear, and they won't give you a chance to do nothing else. They want the songs they want, and that's all they want.
That's true.
And hey, you paying the bills, so I'm gonna sing them for you.
That's right. And the thing about it is, I think you also have to love what you do, right?
Yes.
You have to love what you do.
Music. I don't know. She's such an unselfish person. Yes. Like, I don't know many artists who tell another. I like Costello. Costello is kind of the same. And a few of these ladies who compliment you when you do something well. You run into a few along the way who give you feedback because it's good to hear from your peers if what you're doing is all right. And I always give feedback. So if I don't like it, I just go, "No, Joel, I don't really like that record."
No, it's just like when Terri comes to me with a song and I listen to it and she said, "Oh, girl, that's fire." And I'm like, well, I don't think
that might not be fire.
So that fire yet. But once you go back,
that was caught up.
Yeah.
That was caught up in the beginning. It was a rough demo, and she said, "You're gonna have to work on that a little more."
I did.
And I went back with Raheem with Face, and then he mixed it. Then it was fire.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. And so what? How can we find you also on social media?
Yes, you can. Instagram, the Weather Girls official.
Supposed to say the gram.
Yeah, the gram. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
because we're young and fresh.
I'm old fashioned. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like, I guess I'm still living back in time sometime. But yeah, look on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll see. You'll get.
I don't want the night to go by without Dee having a moment, because I learned so much from her, even when we did this vacay just now. I'm a FAMU graduate, Rattlers, and I learned so much about her mom, like the name The Weather Girls. Her mother made that up, so the whole world uses it, but it's her mom's name. So Dee, I mean, maybe you can just...
No, I mean, she, after the song came out with Paul Jabbar and Paul Schaefer, and we went, my mother and them, after the song says, "Hi, we're your Weather Girls, and have we got news for you?" And she went down patting the name, and so, hey, the name's mine.
But she had the idea to look at
she did all that, so she's all up in there. And I mean, it's really a life story, but we waiting for that. This gonna come out, all that gonna come out in the book. So,
in the book. Okay. So can you tell us, do you have any idea like when this book may come out?
No, I'm not sure yet, but it's still in progress.
Well, you know what? A book, we need a documentary. You know, whoever's watching.
Well, we're sending a shout out to my sorority sister Delise James, because she's an executive. She just did the BMS Family, the female documentary, and I think the Weather Girl story will be a fabulous one.
Right. Yeah. You know, I know some people don't. I love that show. I don't know if you all watch it, DJ Cheese and Terri, the Unsung show, which I know.
Love it.
Yeah.
I think that you definitely need to be on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can.
I mean, the Unsung is like Martha had a
Martha
part.
did it.
Unsung. Martha did her part, but you know, nobody really heard the reason why the Weather Girls broke up. So I'm saying all that. I'm stepping all that.
ABC.
Okay.
You know you old when you say ABC Movie of the Week. That's like 1975. Ooh.
Yeah. So I mean, it took a long time, but it's coming. Don't worry.
And you're gonna know real early, Jazz.
Okay. I was gonna say, when the book comes out, Dee, would you come back on the show?
Yes, would love to.
Please, all of y'all, come back on the show. And I can ask all of you all this question, because I know you all are all probably pulled in so many directions, and being in this career field that you all have been in and for so long, not only I believe in protecting, because nowadays when you think about mental health illness and just protecting you as a human being, what parts of yourself do you protect the most?
My heart.
And why is that?
Because when you have a broken heart, it's really it can be really deathful, because my mother died of heart failure, and to my acknowledgement, I really think she died from a broken heart, but they called it congestional heart failure. But believe me, so the heart, I think, is very much you should protect.
You should protect them.
Yes.
What about you?
So your question was, which part do we?
Yeah, what parts of yourself do you protect the most?
That's a good question, Jazzie. You doing it tonight. I know that I don't protect my energy enough. I'm spreading a lot of times too thin. I'm now working in this moment to protect the amount of energy I expend on things that are not making me happy. So that's new for me, and therapy is helping. I suggest everyone get one. It's amazing. And talk through some things, get through it. I love Dr. G. You can bring her back, because she was right on point with that. I loved everything she had to say. Black people are historically play down mental health and say, I'm good, but we're not good. We're sometimes broken. Mm-hmm. And so I think that and then you have good friends who are honest with you. I mean, there have been days on tour where I walked up to Dee and people see number one. You know I don't care about number one. I love to say it in order to do something else. And Costello, our girl is here.
Okay.
Oh, girl, you know
Costello.
we need to lock her in. I love it. Costello is a big, huge heart who we met, and people like that encourage you, so they help you protect what you're a little bit weak at protecting. People like D from me, J Trees, sorry, JTREECE, J Trees. They protect you when you put yourself around good people. And Costello is a light, man. She deserves every accolade coming her way, and she also pumps me up, and I from day one.
She does. What about you, J Trees? What parts of yourself do you?
It has to be
your body, your sexy body.
It has to be my mental. When I see I'm getting overwhelmed with stuff, I step back and take a break and regroup. And I was telling Terri's son Brandon, one thing that I always carry with me, as far as like stressing and all that, I try not to stress, or I don't stress, because I figure if it's something I can control, why am I going to stress about it? I can make it change. If it's something I can't control, why am I going to stress about it? It's going to be the same. So I try to live by that, and keep it even. But when I see it's not going that way, I step back.
You really do that. I've watched you be like, nope. Like, oh, you good. I can't say no. I'd be, maybe let me. D yells at me. Why are you still thinking about that?
I'm like, honey, let it go, honey. Can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let it go.
That's true. I can say tonight, this has truly been, I'm like a kid in a candy store with all you all. You all are just amazing artists, and I'm just excited and happy to be in your presence. And, J Trees, D, Richard Weather, girls, Terri Green. Hey, I'm just caught up. I'm caught up.
Caught up in the thought of you. Caught up in the things you do. Caught up in love it.
So I can't deny it.
So that song's on Spotify, the original version. Go-Go version not out yet, and the remaster we're doing. But everybody can still check out Caught Up on Terri Green, the Terri Green Project. That's still under Terri Green. I just want to thank you, Jazzie, because this is so much fun. I got like my friends.
Thank you.
I got Jay. I got you. And we will be doing a lot next year. There's a lot going on with festivals and touring and albums and things like that. So every year should always be a greater one than the one before.
That's true. And again, each of you are welcome to come back on Artist Talk anytime. Send me your music. I will play it on WVAS FM 90.7. J Trees, make sure you get any additional music, D, whatever you need to. And we need to get all of you here to Montgomery, Alabama.
Woo!
Oh, most definitely.
I just did the Spring Fling. I was at the Spring Fling. That thing was that blew my mind. Me and Randy went out there. Spring Fling was 500 different coolers and stuff. People so cool, so family, so you saw everything out there. Purple hair, green hair, everything was good. Everything. And I was with Lacey, like I didn't even know these people were that famous. And then we became buddies and friends. And me and TK Soul and all these names from Tucker. I met so many of these guys, and I come from a different world, but I was like a kid in a candy store. I love seeing all that soul. And they just wanted to rock with it. Turned Up Tonight worked really good there.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. And that's right. So we need all of y'all to come back to Artist Talk. I was going to ask you, can you all let us know, Terri, about the show. How can people, if you're in Amsterdam, how can they get tickets?
Well, Amsterdam is free, but that's in 2 days. So I don't know if they'll be flying over for that.
Ooh, honey.
But if you're in Europe by chance, on Friday night, we will be hosting like a pure house music party. I DJ. I don't know if you knew that. I DJ house music. I always DJ. I do too much crap. So
you do everything.
So I DJ. I have a radio show called The House Crunch. www. It's on it's a podcast after it airs all over the world on all the Sydney and UK. You can grab that House Crunch radio show. Features people like Stonebridge, Earthen Days, very famous DJs send me their shows, and I do a mix show. And that's on iTunes and Amazon, wherever you get podcasts. So we got a lot going on. But Amsterdam is free to the public, always free.
And it's always
during
fun.
ADE.
We
And it's
have a
always
good
fun.
time.
You know, and it's going to be a hoot. The next big thing I'm doing will be the Baltic Soul Weekender on the Baltic Sea in Germany, which is people from all over the world come down. It's played with an orchestra. This year I'll be with Leela James and the Sister Sledge, or is it Kathy Sledge? I think it's Kathy Sledge. And I will be with Glenn Jones and several other people that are soulful legends will play alongside. So it's going to be great. I did not think I would get headliner because I've been trying to be on board for 12 years. So this year we finally got it.
I love that. I love that. What about you, Jatrice?
I'm recording and stuff, doing some new music. I have some stuff coming out. I have some stuff I'm working on with Terri. Starting this little thing with D. We're doing. I got some other artists that I'm doing some stuff with. So I'll get some new music out to you.
Okay.
And I'm starting something. I mean, I have something coming out real soon. I recorded about 3-4 months ago. Well, I started 2 years ago, but we're getting it all together now and getting ready to put it out real soon. So,
what's the name of the record?
The name of the song is "I'll Take You There."
It's really a good record.
I'll Take You There, and it's really, we had a lot of fun doing it.
Okay.
Yes. So as soon as we get it all together, we get it out there for you.
Make sure you get it to me. And I'm gonna actually, because I'm about to close out the store. It's close out the show. But can you ladies, can you all close us out with something?
With what?
Okay, do you gotta do a solo thing first? Because I don't want to do a little taste of my favorite song.
Oh God!
I know I keep making her sing the same song, but I don't care. So I'm gonna relax.
Unless my love has come along, my lonely days are over, and my life is a song. Ooh, yeah. All right.
I love it, D. I love it. I love you.
Thank you.
I love you, Terri. My brother, Jatrice, thank you so much for coming on. Anything I can do to continue to support your music, I promise you, I will do my best to do that for each one of you.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you. Thank you.
Just one other thing. I'll be doing some.
Uh-oh.
I think we
I'm
lost
pretty sure she's be doing some. Yeah, she's going to do some shows, but I can't tell you where they at.
I understand. Well, hopefully we can get the bike. My brother Jatrice, hey, we loving your music, my brother. Keep doing your thing, and whatever again I can do to continue to support everybody. Follow these amazing artists, producers. Make sure you follow them all over social media. And again, my brother Jatrice, you're open. You're welcome, and the show is open anytime you want to come back.
Thank you, brother. I can't thank you enough.
You're welcome, my brother, and we'll see you next time, okay?
Peace.
Peace. Hey, everybody, I'm Jazzie KWard. Thank you so much. And this is season 6 of Artist Talk, episode 1. Thank you to Dr. G, Dr. Chantel Graham on the show. Join me each and every Saturday on 90.7 FM WVAS. I'm going to bring Dr. G back on in case she wants to say something. Can we bring Dr. G? There she is. I think you're muted.
I was trying to get my opportunity to sing, but y'all wouldn't bring me in. I was over here singing my heart out.
I know, Dr.
I know my limits. I'm a songbird for the Lord, but I'm gonna let it go. Okay. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all, I know y'all don't want to hear that. But it's great to be back. It's great to be back. We're gonna come up with some new things. We're gonna get some good topics. If it's something that someone wants to actually hear me talk about, because I know y'all love my voice, shoot me an email and I will definitely throw that topic in there. But you know me, I'm gonna give y'all some great health tips. And we're gonna stay healthy together. Get your mind right. And when you get tired, don't quit. Just rest.
That's right. That's right. We miss you too, Castella.
Yep, you Castella.
And there's Dr. G's email address right there. You can email her. Thank you so much, Sonia. I'm so happy that you tuned in, right? And Terry, did you know Dee, one of the original Weather Girls,
Yes,
was going to be?
listen, that's my era. Of course, I knew. I was about to start singing "It's Raining Men," but I said I ain't want to go on world tour yet, so I'm gonna save my voice till next time. You know.
Well, Dr. D, you know what Dr. G, you know what you can do? You can call out. I can call out, and we can fly to Amsterdam.
You know, it's starting right here. By next week, it'll be all in my head, literally and figuratively.
Thank you, Connie. Thank you so much to Chef D as well. Thank you to each and every one of you that
Even
tune in.
you
Join us
share
next Monday. You never know who's going to be on the show, right?
That was good. Today was good. It's a good way to come back in season 6. Now, how are you going to top this next week?
I know, right?
Y'all going to have me sing.
We're going to have to get them, Dr. G, back on for the Christmas show.
Oh, that would be great. Yes. Or y'all could just have me sing. See, Jazzie is frozen, so that gives me time. I'm here with my voice. That's why.
I love it. I love it. Dr. G, thank you so much. Have a good night.
All right. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great week, everybody.
Okay. We'll see you. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next Monday right here on Artist Talk. I'm Jazzie KWard. Remember, make sure you take care of yourself and be kind to others.
Artist Talk. It's the Jazzie KWard coming at ya.